Okay, to be honest, I forgot to press record again, so I've done all of my squats and my reverse squats. They were horrible. I managed to get a bit deeper than last time, but nothing too crazy. I'm going to need to move that out of the way. But nothing too crazy. I think I'm past like what parallel depth would be, but like that's with less than body weight, obviously, which is I wouldn't count. I kind of was like thinking about trying to do a competition. Clearly, I wouldn't actually be squatting heavy. I think it's just an ego thing of why I like want to do a competition, so that it was my choice to stop. But I don't know. Anyway, this is going to be the first time I've actually used this bar to press with. I've like literally just warmed up with it, had a go with it, but even with the empty bar, I'm struggling. I can just about get to my chest. It's really, really good stretch. I'm not sure I'll need to use too much load, to be honest. The DOMs from it, even just the empty bar, were crazy. So I probably don't need a right load on it, to be honest. The other day when I swapped out close grip bench and for incline bench, I didn't even have incline bench planned for today. It's literally the main, well, the squats is like the more important thing, but like the workout part of the workout. Cambered bar bench, 2 sets of 8. Front raises, 2 sets of 6 to 10. Push downs, 2 sets of 6 to 10. That's it. There's not a right lot. Yeah. These drinks, I've been enjoying them more than I expected. Only when I'm training though. So one of these is 20 grams of protein, and then like the Tesco value sports drink, it's like 25 grams of carbs. So 20 protein, 25 carbs for like a nice cold drink. Been enjoying having that when I'm training. So I had the first half of it beforehand and sat down, had that with like 15 grams of peanut butter and a banana mashed together. So we've got salt, glucose, fructose, all the nice ways to get basically sugar into the muscles. And then I've got this for whilst I'm training. Yeah, that's it. I was thinking a lot. I have been thinking when I've been doing my rehab stuff. So many people, well, two things. One is so many people just can't judge RPE. This stuff, they like on the lifts they enjoy, they massively under-report RPE. And the lifts they don't enjoy, they over-report RPE. So, for example, like split squats, almost always split squats, athletes under-report how hard they were. And then, say a bench, for example, almost always get under-reported. So, like, they'll do like 10 bodyweight split squats or something. They're like, yeah, it's an RPE 8, when it's like an RPE 3. Whereas if they were doing, say, a heavy dumbbell press or something, oh yeah, that was an RPE 7, when it was like an RPE 10, shoulders going to fall off, elbows going to explode grinder. It was the same with rehab. Rehab shouldn't just be like RPE 0, RPE 1, TheraBand extensions. Like, yeah, if that's enough for you to stimulate your body to overcome, to adapt, then fine. But if you're a strength athlete, that's basically useless. Like for me, so the rehab that I should be doing is squeezing my quads, which I can do, and bodyweight leg extensions like this. I'm obviously doing them, but that's the standard protocol. That's not helping my legs to adapt to anything. I do them like all the time. It's not going to make a right lot of difference compared to what my legs are used to. Whereas like those squats, they are. I can feel the impact of them. Like I actually have DOMs in my quads after doing it. Not gonna lie, a bit concerning. Don't want to like snap something else, but anyway, that's my rant. Let's try this. I have no idea what kind of load is going to be useful for this. Yeah, we'll try it and see. This might be enough, I don't know. Bearing in mind this is week 1. That, although it's nowhere near the RPE target for the whole rep, as I get to the bottom, I'm just not quite flexible enough to get to the bottom comfortably, so I'm not going to go any heavier. That's going to be my starting load. I know I've just ranted about RPE, so the RPE on that is like 3, but with it being week 1 on the programme, and I don't have a finite end point, I don't have a competition or something, I'm going to start off with that as my working load, and then I'll progress it week on week, rather than pushing too much on week 1 and then end up knackered. So it's not like, well, I have previous data on everything else, but I'm not at a previous strength. So I don't have something to compare it to. This is a new exercise too, so there's no awards gotten for doing well the first time on a very high range of motion assistance exercise. So I'm not, basically, I'm not going to push it too hard. Also, I'm lazy, there's that too. So after this, it's going to be front raises and then push downs. I spoke to a couple of like bodybuilding coaches, and basically, so my thinking was, whilst I've got rehab to do, I'm going to be like rebuilding my whole body anyway because of all the time off. But what I want to do is just do some of my training to bias the body parts that I've got that are like weaker. Now, I haven't made any decisions, but I've toyed with the idea of, say, like doing a bodybuilding competition. I don't know what kind of category or anything beyond just the idea of it. And I just thought, whilst I'm doing rehab and stuff anyway, so returning to a baseline, if there are other things I can fix, not fix, but like bring up whilst I'm going through this process, why not, you know? So what I did was I sent photos from when I was at my leanest so that they could actually see what my abs looks like. You can't really tell too much when you're chunky. I then sent when I was at my biggest and strongest, and then I sent where I am now. It's basically like you can kind of ignore where I am now, but that's just more so there's an idea of where I am. And the general consensus that I got was biceps need to be bigger, lats need to be bigger, and then I need to be a lot leaner. And I did have a few people say about my abs could do with being thicker. Now granted, I've never been super shredded, but I've been lean enough that like you can see the abs clearly. So those were the main things. And then obviously now the legs are a problem, but prior to the accident, legs were not an issue at all. So that's some feedback that I got. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep with this training block as it is because I like it. But I'm just going to look to do a bit extra bicep work than I'd initially planned, and the back work as well, just a little bit more than I'd initially planned, just to bias it towards that. And then ab work, I'm not going to do more than planned, I'm just going to do some because I have none planned. So what I'm going to do is my training days, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, they're the main lifts. Then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they're the might lift, might not. My plan is on those days to do calves and abs and just cardio anyway. Plan this cardio every day so that if I miss a day, it's fine, still done plenty. It's all very like relaxed, to be honest. I need to psychologically have the freedom to be able to miss stuff if I need to. Like with my legs, sometimes they're just too sore that like even just getting around the house is basically impossible. And I've made the decision now, which is a hard, not hard decision and difficult, hard as in like it's a hard line, I don't want to cross it, of not having any opioids anymore. So paracetamol is the only painkiller I'm taking, which means that pain level, just pain all the time is higher, and then the worst pains are even worse now. But the way it affects my brain, it's just not worth it. Not worth feeling like a zombie for. So that's the rationale there. Anyway, let's get this done. Try and keep my head down as well. Again, RPE is basically non-existent on it, but real good stretch at the bottom. My pecs, although they're tiny, they feel pumped. I was surprised that they didn't bring up my pecs more. With this one being torn, I thought there would be like a weak point, but that wasn't brought up. So that's nice. That's a lie. One chap did bring up my pecs, and he suggested basically just hammering like incline flies or something, which to be fair I could look to add in, but at the minute, because I'm doing so much other pressing, I don't want to add in more upper body pressing movements. Done. Right, front raises, 2 sets, 6 to 10. That bar is going to be awkward. We'll go with this one. Good thing with this is I don't really need much in the way of weight. So I like to do these. So these I'm doing as a bench accessory. So bench width grip is ideal. Lots of different ways of doing it, but we'll just start with a standard one. Something about raises, I just feel like good. 20 times by 8. Like they're just a nice exercise, you know? Get a good sweat on with them, and enjoy them. They're just good. After this, it's going to be push downs, tricep push downs. So it's only one more set of these. So I'm going to like start to get this stuff ready for that, so I don't have to faff around just whilst I'm resting. And then it'll be cardio, where I'll turn the camera off, because even if I carried on talking, I want to try and get my heart rate up a bit, so I won't be much in the way of talking, and you won't hear me too much over the fan anyway. Although saying that, I did do an Instagram live last time I did cardio, so I mean the people could hear me on there. It's not to the same the audio is not the same quality. It's probably not something you want to listen to unless you were someone asking a question on it. Orange and mango flavour mixed with raspberry sports drink. Unnamed sports drink. It's like Tesco value or something. Whichever one Rach bought. Eight reps done. That was alright. Done. Right, push downs next. I will just shift these things out of the way. Tomorrow is deadlifts, but it's going to be actual deadlifts, not just stiff leg. So I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, jeebus. I missed a step and it just made my knee just jar for a second. And it's not the physical, like it hurt a little bit. It's not the physical though. It's the psychological of like, as soon as my leg goes, makes me think my leg's gone. And definitely going to need to work through some of these issues of just like the concern over these things. Maybe it's founded, maybe it's logical, I don't know. Anyway, that's in a really awkward spot. That felt alright. 20 times by 8. So, thumbnail for the video, try and be a bodybuilder and do a side bodybuilding show. Actually, I'll try and do it properly. One sec. So, I have the leg there. I don't know if that's right, but I did it. I got cramp in my pec when I did. Anyway, last set. Right, let's go. Still got cramp in my pec. I can't believe just doing that pose has done it. So this is probably just from the weather. Like, there's no pulling or anything. It's just, do you know, it just flexes. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get something else to drink. This is basically it. I've just got one more set of push downs to do. I'll do the push downs and then the cardio, and that'll be it. I will see you tomorrow. Take care.